Today I got to work on this big majestic creature. Her first time with us and definitely a little bit shy. And so thick I had to use the double wide ramp. You can't really see it too much, but her hair is super thick. Some heavy matting behind her ears that I had to shave out. Thankfully she's got so much extra hair you can't even tell. This one's from her left ear and this one from her right. Probably the most common place for matting on these dogs. Get a little help with the buns. Then I'll start with that pre-blowout to help loosen up that undercoat. And as you can see, remove a lot of it. Probably one of the longest times I've ever spent on one. Then still before the bath, I'll use this dematador. This is going to help remove a lot of those mats before the bath. Stuff that the power dryer just couldn't get out. Now the prep work before the bath is really important because if you just start trying to wash all those knots, it's going to make them worse a lot of times. The noodle couldn't withstand her weight, so I had to use my leg too. And here's just some of the aftermath before the bath. Pretty much everywhere, including in the tub with her. She seems happier than ever though. Okay, now finally to the rinse down. Get that shampoo rolling in with conditioner right on top. Now I'm going to brush her for 10 to 15 minutes with this flexible slicker brush. You can see right away all those clumps of hair coming right out. And even though her coat's super thick, I'm still going to spread that brushing around, not focusing on one spot for too long at a time. A lot of dogs with like a Husky or Malamute mix are pretty crazy and noisy, but she was pretty calm today. Next up, we'll use like 100 gallons of water just to get her rinsed. Now a towel dry, then onto the power dryer, which takes forever as you can imagine. And you also got to be careful with it because it can cause some knotting and tangles. Once dry, straight back to the brushing. This was an extremely long process. Just going back and forth from before the bath, during the bath, and now after. Using a few different tools. I'm also going to do some scissoring around the butt area. Give it some nice shape. Then back to the dematador. As I move along, you can see all those clumps of hair starting to pile up on that table. And again, this is just after the bath, so it's an extreme amount. Shape up the buns a little bit more. Of course, she doesn't like her paws touched, so I did what I could. Now we'll get her a nice bandana. Get those final close-up shots. Looking super fresh and nice. Check out both sides of her. Now we'll check out her nice, clean, healthy, shiny, fluffy coat. No crazy hair coming out. Make sure the cheeks are good and the tail too. And she's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this K-9 name boy. He's officially retiring today at 13 years old and 11 years on the job. He's looking a little tense, but he gives me a tail wag. Maybe he remembers. Yeah, he's a good boy. At least I'll never forget his name. So right when we started, I just stuck him out of the cruiser. Figured I'd take my chances, see how he did. All good there, so we'll walk him right in. He didn't really want to jump in for me, so I had to pick him up. Didn't love that, but we got through it okay. Now a good rinse down, and we'll start off with that blueberry muzzle facial. Now I'll get that shampoo rolling in and get him scrubbed up from head to paw. And even though he's muzzled, I'm still taking my time and going real slow. Last thing I want to do is stress him out at all. Get a good amount of hair out. Now we'll go for that rinse down with a quick towel dry. Now onto the power dryer where I'll keep it on real low. I just don't want him to get upset at me. Then I'll leave him in capable hands. Now he's all dry, looking for the bad guys. First I'll take some time to pet him, see how comfortable he is with me down here. Clearly a really good boy. Now I'll just brush him up here for a few minutes. He'll keep stepping to the side to give a little shake and then come right back. He's really just staring at his owner, hoping he could go already. But I'd like to think he likes me a little bit too. Finish up there, and we still gotta do that smell check. Now a nice Christmas bandana. Sweep up all that hair we got out. Then just a little bit more playtime before he goes. Now he's all ready for his retirement. Check out his nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. And he's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this police dog named Britta. She's almost ready for her first day on the job. She'll be replacing K-9 Boy from the recent video I just made. Let her check the place out, see how she feels. She definitely wasn't jumping in for me. Thankfully I had a police ramp. Now she's looking at me like what the heck. But she's actually really loving. Get her a good rinse down, then we'll start off with that blueberry facial. We'll get that shampoo rolling in. Now I'm going to get her scrubbed and brushed up for a few minutes from head to paw. You can see she's losing a decent amount of hair, but nothing too much. I believe she's just over a year old, so she may not have her full coat yet. Now a little bit on the power dryer. She does pretty good, and I let Azel take over. Now, Britta's definitely a hugger, as you can see there. She even starts jumping up and hugging on me. Of course, I don't mind that, and I give her lots of pets. And right when I start to brush her, she practices her apprehension work. It may seem like she doesn't know what she's doing, but she's just waiting for the word. Thankfully, they never give it to her. So now I'm going to brush her for 5 to 10 minutes. She's losing a lot more than I thought she would after that bath. Try for the tail, that's a no-go. A little bit more pets with a love toss. Now I'll check out her nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. Get her some nice close-ups in her work uniform. One last little scratch on the head. Now I'll let her free. She couldn't wait to get away from me. Guess she didn't like me as much as I thought. And the muzzle finally comes off, and she's all ready to go to work. Today I got to work on this craziness. His owner reached out on Instagram hoping I could help. Short story long, now he's in my tub. Check out what we're working with beforehand. Those are the cheeks, then the belly and chest. He seems ready, if only he knew. Ramp him into the tub, then I'll spray him with some avocado mist for that pre-blowout. That's going to help pull up that undercoat and loosen a lot of those mats. Although there's a couple behind his ears that I had to shave out. Then because his hair is so long and fine, I also had to brush out before the bath. The power dryer tends to tangle the long hair like this. After a few minutes of that, we'll shave his dirty booty. He wasn't having it, so I'll try more later. Now we'll finally get him rinsed down. I'll start off with that blueberry facial. I'll get that shampoo rolling in. Then I'll try to get that dried poop again, and somehow this works. Hey. Now the conditioner right on top. Then I'm going to start brushing him from head to paw for 10 to 15 minutes. I like to use my flexible slicker. This is not only helping to remove that dead coat, but also working that shampoo and conditioner in really well. It's definitely a long process. I like to focus more on the parts that are shedding the most. And I originally thought I'd have to muzzle him, especially on the chest area, based on what his owner said. Thankfully, I didn't need it at all, and he was a good boy. He got a little annoyed on some parts, but nothing too crazy. Get that last clump of hair right here. Now we're going to get him rinsed down really good with a quick towel dry. Now onto the power dryer, where this is probably the single most time-consuming part. You got to be sure he's 100% dry before you start working on him after. And even with all that prep work and the bath and brushing time, some more matting came to the top of his hair, especially on his back area. So we're going to use my favorite dematting tool, the Dematador. Work it throughout pretty much his whole body. You can see the clumps of hair coming out real easy there. This tool really helps get through those nice and safely compared to a lot of other ones. Then back to the slicker brush, which will take care of any of those final tangles or knots. And of course remove any loose dead hair. Try to brush his butt and tail, and I can barely see back here. So we'll take care of that with some trimming. Of course he doesn't really want to stand for me, but we get through it okay. And it's getting somewhere, looking pretty nice. I attempt to trim his paws and his paw pads. You can see for the most part he wasn't loving that, at least on his front ones. Gives me quite a bit of warning, so I'm real careful. I don't want him to bite those scissors. Not as detailed as I like, but they still came out nice. Now the final brushing with this Refresh D-Shed brush. I'll do about 10 minutes of brushing with this one. And even though he's lost so much hair already, it just keeps coming. He finally decides he's over me and tries to lay down and then starts screaming at me. Right back up and he's good to go. Then I'll run my hands through his coat once more just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Check out just a small percentage of the aftermath. Now to remind you guys what the before looked like and then the after. He's just showing off now. Got him clean and healthy. Check out that nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. Here's the cheeks before. Now they're nice honey buns after. And he's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this Cane Corso. Cane Corso, or Carne Asada Corso. Of course he doesn't want to jump in the tub, so I got to use the ramp. He's still a little uneasy, so I try to comfort him beforehand. Then we'll get his ears squeaky clean, get him rinsed down, and we'll start off with that blueberry facial. Get that shampoo rolling in. Now I'll use the soft rubber curry brush, get him scrubbed up from head to paw for 5 to 10 minutes. A couple times over, then I'll check the brush. Nothing really coming out. But before I stop, I'll try this glove out to see if that does any better. Not forgetting his big old toes. Still nothing really coming out, so we'll just get him rinsed down and a quick towel dry. Now, he was pretty uneasy when the dryer started, so I let him check it out first. I decided to just go with the Happy Hoodie to see if that helps. So that calmed him down a lot, and we got through it okay. Once we finish drying, we'll get this avocado mist with that rubber curry brush again. A couple minutes here, and that's just to get that mist rubbed in really good. Then we'll switch over to the SleekEZ. A few more minutes with that, just depending on the dog. Give him a good handshake. Now you can see in his face how much better he's feeling. Finally starting to warm up to me, I think. Now we'll get him a nice bandana. Check out that nice, clean, healthy, shiny coat. No crazy hair coming out. He's all ready to go home.
Creed, listen. Chill. Sister. Creed. Ah! You psycho! Bow, 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 bow. All right, I heard you're a good boy to try it.
Wait. This is how I wanna live.